All right, thanks for checking in. Hey, I've been making a lot of videos on micro mini tools lately, huh? I'm switching it up. I'm going with the big tool today. And in fact, it's a tool and a knife, which I love both. So, haven't even opened it, just got it. It is the Cold Steel 18-inch Slant Tip Machete. Okay, we're gonna unbag it, I guess, here in a second. Been waiting a couple days to get this. I'm in high gear of doing some landscaping in the backyard and front. And I have palm trees, I have sago trees, just your regular trees, and I need to cut down some limbs. And in the past, I've used the Husky, worked okay. I even used this just the other day while waiting for this, the RTAK2. This actually worked pretty decent, right? But I needed a little bit more length. And then again, I've used the, regular shears. I had a machete before, cheapy Harbor Freight. I think I took it camping last season and I don't know what happened to it. So, and I've used it a couple times on the sago plants. That's the key. They're weird branches to chop and some of these just don't work that easy. So, yeah, here it is. Now they make a 21-inch version too, and then even a 21-inch all-terrain version. So I've watched a bunch of videos, did some research. I didn't find a lot of videos on YouTube on the 18-inch, okay? And I heard some things about the 21-inch, maybe not to get, maybe due to its weight and so forth. So I figured, hey, I didn't want to go any smaller than 18 inches, right? I wanted to, get that 18 to 21. Let's just open this thing up. And yeah, there it is. Pretty decent sheath. I like this hard plastic at the bottom. My Harbor Freight cheapy one. And actually this nylon is definitely better. Okay, it's got two straps. Well, three actually. Sorry, I'm looking through the camera. Ooh, there it is. Seems pretty decent, right? It's got that flex that I was looking for, and that's key. I'll kind of explain later the difference between this 18-inch and even not so much the size, but the all-terrain is actually a little thicker in mass, right? So what I'm gonna do, let me give you an overview, I guess. The handle's nice. Kind of a hard, I don't know what you'd call it. Right? Got a lanyard hole for guys that like lanyards. Might not be a bad idea on this guy, right? But here's the edge. I'm sorry, I can't get into focus here. There we go. All right. And, I've had the normal sweeping machete before, but I was like, man, I want to try this thing. Definitely feel a little bit more weight up here, which is great. Okay, and that's another point on why I bought the 18 versus the 21-inch, and I'll explain later. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bore you with chopping down branches, but I will show you what I'm looking to tackle here in a second. I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll come back and let you know my thoughts on this guy and see if it'll work out for you. All right, stay tuned. Okay, I'm in the backyard, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to tackle here. So the sago plant, that is the key for the hatchet, or I'm sorry, not the hatchet, the machete, palm, and I have some other trees that just need some branches chopped off, okay? And I'm going to do some, I have two other sago plants and some palms out in the front yard, but I figured I'd just show you. I mean, I have a Ryobi Power pole saw, like a little chainsaw on a pole, and that's been great to chop down like some big, thicker ones, but I mean, I got a lot of these that I just need to tweak off, you know what I'm saying? And then even back here, I have some Japanese maples and whatnot, and they're starting to impede on my shed here, as you can see. So again, I wanted to get something like a machete where I could swing around and just chop these little branches off. All right, I don't do any major jungle excursions, if you will, minor even. I camp, but you know, I have other things like the silky saw and some other things. So again, this tool is really basically for around the yard, and hell, I'll take it camping. We'll see how it works. Okay, as you can see, I got some other stuff to do here. So I'm gonna tackle that, and I'll kind of let you know what my thoughts are. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. This thing worked pretty sweet. See, a little dirty. All right. A couple things before I forget. Yes, heavy up front, which I like. It's almost made similar to the silky nara, which is a Japanese cutting tool. Okay. So, yeah, my thoughts. It is heavy up front. Okay. And at the beginning of my video, I told you about the 21-inch, just similar to this, or the all-terrain, which is even beefier. Some of the videos I watched, you know, I'm like, all right, it's longer, but what's the diff, you know? There was a guy that was complaining that if you really need to chop a long time, it wears you out because it's very heavy up front, right? So you add on the 21 inch, or I guess this is 18, so you do the math. And with the thickness, this one is only 2 millimeters, okay? The other one I think is like 2.8. I'm not for sure of the 21 inch non all-terrain, but I'm guessing it's the same as this, right? Speaking of steel, it's 1055 carbon. And they claim that it has this black bead or black baked on anti-rust. So we'll see over time. You know, I'll probably clean this up and throw it back in the sheath when it's dry, ready to go. Another thing, yeah, maybe a lanyard is not a bad idea. You know, with this, I did find I could, you know, the chopping power of just going straight at it. And where I was cutting was between probably here and here the most, not so much here. Okay. One thing that I could recommend, and maybe I'm just, I love my folders and my fixed blades with a finger choil. You know, you could choke up on it, right? So let's put this in comparison here. Sorry, let me put this away. So, you know, I did find myself for little ones wanting to just put my finger right there to do like little chopping. I might add that. I got the tools to do it. We'll see. Okay. And let's get this out. So we have an 18-inch blade. Overall length is 23.6. Okay. It weighs 18.4 ounces. So that was another key between the other 21-inch or the 21-inch all-terrain. They said it was fatiguing after doing it. I didn't find that, but I'm not chopping through a jungle. Again, I bought this specifically for usage around the house. Oddly enough, I think Cold Steel is a Chinese company, but this is made in South Africa. I've never owned anything from South Africa, so I think that's pretty cool. The sheath, hey, I'm telling you what, I didn't carry it around, nor would I. But if I did, let me give you a better look at the sheath. Decent belt loop, right? And then you have your 3 straps. You have the nice plastic on the bottom. So if you put the, you know, the knife in there, it's not cut. Put the knife in there and it's wrong, it won't cut everything. I think one thing that I'll do is maybe drill holes here and here and add like a thigh tie down, you know? So if I did need to carry this on my belt, it wouldn't just be swinging back and forth, okay? I made this sheath, as you can see, for the RTAK2, which came with a sheath that was very similar. And by the way, I'm sorry, this is made by the Ontario Knife Company. So USA made, which I love. Okay. SE is awesome too. very similar. I don't know if you're, you know, I added another little fixed blade on there. Again, Kydex, I made this, right? Fire steel to start a fire. So overall thoughts. Yeah, I mean, is the handle grip comfortable? But no. Maybe rubber would have been okay. And I think I am going to add a lanyard, you know? It is top heavy, so if you swing and you let go, I don't know, it'll dangle and hopefully your legs are out of the way. One other thing, I didn't notice this until I was ready to chop. This thing came with burrs, okay, on one side, right? So before I went out, I owned the Worksharp, you know, knife and tool. I've had this for a long time. I started it out. I just got the burrs out, and then, you know, of course, I kind of, geez, I forget why I'm doing this here. Oh, here we go. I did bring it out, and I could do it manually. So this is an awesome knife sharpener system, okay? And this actually came out before everybody knows this one, right? This is awesome for your smaller fixed blades and your folders, but it's very tough to strap this or even this bad boy in there. So that's why this one comes in handy. I highly recommend it. I don't know what else to tell you. Where you can buy this. You can buy it on Amazon. You could buy it from any of the big knife stores online. You know, Knife Center, Blade HQ. But I actually bought it off of eBay. And I'll put the link in there because, one, this price for just the machete was, I think, $17.95. And then, you know, there was $10.95 of shipping. You do the math, right? A little bit of tax in there. You always got to have that. But it was still cheaper than Knife Center, Blade HQ, and some of the other ones. Not by a whole lot. So, yeah, I did it on eBay. It took a little longer to get. So I will put the link to the eBay purchase in the description. But again, you could probably find this anywhere. Are you going to pay a little bit more here and there? Maybe. But I'm telling you what, I think it got the perfect size. And like I said, the 21-inch, people said that they were fatigued of using it because it is so top heavy per se. For my application, it's just going to be for around the house, chopping down branches and small branches and those kind of things. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Check it out, man. All right. Have yourself a good day. Thanks for watching.